Hi, I'm Simon from Composing Academy, and today I'll be showing you Spitfire Audio's BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover, a free sample library which gives you a sampled orchestra at your fingertips. Welcome to Composing Academy, the channel devoted to helping beginner composers get started with writing their own music. If you're looking to kickstart your composing journey, be sure to check out my free beginner's guide to writing cinematic music in 5 easy steps ebook, a link of which is in the description below. So last year, Spitfire Audio released a new range of sample libraries, the BBC Symphony Orchestra. The new range had a lineup of 3 products: Professional, which is their flagship package, Core, and Discover. One of the most exciting things about this new release is that the Discover plugin can be acquired in 2 ways, either by paying £49 or dollars and then receiving the product right away, or paying nothing, filling in a short questionnaire and waiting 14 days. The library features most of the instruments found in a typical orchestra. In Discover, these articulations are generally long held sustain notes and short staccato notes. So first I'm going to play you a short piece which I've written using nothing but Discover. Here I am in Cubase, and I've decided to write a light-hearted, comedy-inspired track which makes use of the short note articulations in Discover. Here you can see I have most of the instruments loaded, with woodwinds, brass, various percussion and strings. So let's take a listen. Now we've heard what the sample library can do, let's go in and take a closer look at the instruments which are included with the Discover version. At the top of the instrument list, we have the string section. This is split into violins 1 and 2, violas, cello and basses. If I double click on violins 1, you can see down here we have 4 articulations available: long, spiccato, which are short notes, pizzicato and tremolo. So let's take a listen to each articulation. First the longs, and now the spiccatos, the pizzicatos, and then the tremolos. Now let's take a listen to the cello articulations. So the longs, the spiccatos, pizzicato, and then finally tremolo. Okay, so if we go to this instrument list again, and let's take a look at the brass section. The brass section is made up of French horns, trumpets, tenor trombones, bass trombones, and a tuba. We generally have 2 articulations for each of these instruments: long held notes and short notes. Let's take a listen to the horn articulations. Let's hear the longs, and now the shorts. And now let's do the same for the trombones. So the longs. And the shorts. Next we have the woodwinds, which comprises of flutes, a piccolo, oboes, clarinets, and bassoons. Like the brass, there are generally 2 articulations per instrument, longs and shorts. One thing to note is that you can see a number after some of the instrument names. This means that when you play a single note, you're going to hear a sample of, say, 3 flutes playing at the same time. When playing single note lines, this helps to create a realistic sound. If you decided to play in a triad of 3 notes, you're actually going to hear 9 flutes played back though. This is more than you would have in a typical orchestral lineup, so be careful with this when creating your orchestral pieces. Let's take a listen to the flute patches. So the longs. And the shorts. And let's take a listen to the bassoons. Again, the longs. And again, the shorts. Finally, let's take a look at the percussion section. The first sound here features both a harp and celeste. There's just one articulation for each of these instruments, so let's try them out. And now the celeste. The next patch is general percussion, and here we have timpani hits, and this next one we have a whole array of untuned percussion, such as cymbals, snare drums and small drums. And then finally we have a whole tuned percussion section, which features tubular bells, marimba, xylophone, and glockenspiel. Let's take a listen to these. So first tubular bells. The marimba. The xylophone. And finally the glockenspiel. So overall, you have a complete orchestra at your fingertips, with generally both long and short articulation sounds, together with a couple of additional articulations for the strings. The BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover Sample Library is an absolute game changer, particularly for beginner composers, who are able to get started exploring how to compose using samples without the initial steep financial investment. You also don't need a powerful computer. The library is just 200 megabytes in size, meaning it should run on just about any computer, including laptops. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below as well.